All right, so welcome to my very first flip learning video. So we've got 5 minutes on the clock. Let's get through this literary device called pathetic fallacy. Now you may think by the name pathetic fallacy that it's something terrible, okay? But pathetic actually comes from that old word pathos. If you remember what that means, it does mean emotions. Okay, so we had talking about emotions, and fallacy means lies or something not true. So we have actually pathetic fallacy meaning false emotions. So keep that one in your heads as we go through. Okay, so pathetic fallacy is actually a type of personification, okay? But pathetic fallacy is that next level up if you are looking for those A responses, okay? Great that you can identify personification, which is, of course, the attribution of human qualities to non-human things. However, pathetic fallacy is the attribution of human emotions to things that aren't human. So pathetic fallacy is specifically looking at the emotional side of things, whereas personification is a general human quality to non-human things. As I said, the biggest thing you need to remember is pathetic fallacy is emotion of non-human things. So the flower drooped in sadness. Clearly, the flowers can't droop in sadness because flowers can't feel sadness. The waves winked in the sunlight is more personification because it is an action. So winking is an action, okay? Or the wind played hide and seek among the trees. Again, that is an action, not an emotion, okay? So it is different. And you need to make sure that if you're going to look at pathetic fallacy that you are identifying it correctly. Quickly in terms of pathetic fallacy versus anthropomorphism, which I can never get to say that word correctly, but remember, anthropomorphism is the literal attribution of human characteristics to animals, okay? We see animals behaving in human ways, okay? Like Winnie the Pooh or Simba from The Lion King. We have these animals that are given fully human characteristics. So when we watch them, we almost think that they are actually human. So that in itself is anthropomorphism. Pathetic fallacy, remember, is a type of figurative language, it's a type of personification, and it is associating human emotions, can't say that word enough, emotions, to non-human things. Okay, so why do we use it? Why do authors use it? It's used a lot actually in Gothic fiction, which links in with our previous unit of work, okay, and your assessment task. So if you want to use pathetic fallacy in your assessment task, it is often with weather, okay? You are setting the mood of a scene, okay? You are imbuing the environment with a certain emotional quality, okay? There is a reason that in stories and books and poems and films that when the mob is chasing the monster, there's a thunderstorm, okay? The environment is expressing the human emotions, and we associate that with each other. They use it to craft a vivid and compelling setting and also convey the emotional state of characters and of the narrator, okay? Whatever the character or the narrator is feeling, perhaps the environment is actually reflecting that, okay? And that is a great use of pathetic fallacy. It also can make non-human objects seem more familiar and relatable, because we as humans are very selfish creatures and we like to see ourselves in everything in the world, okay? That's just who we are, and if we can see ourselves being reflected, or our emotions in particular being reflected in that tree, in that flower, in that teapot, then we can feel like we can have some empathy with that character or object, really.